Okay, so you want to create games, you want to learn how to make games, you want to start learning absolutely everything to stay in the next cover of the new PS5 games by Hideo Kojima. No, not this way, but you want to start making games and you don't know where to start. Today we will be taking this question and give a few answers so you can start learning absolutely everything that you need to make your own games. What's up guys, Noir here again. This is the real first vlog because the other one was only an introduction, and like I said, today we will be talking about where to start learning how to make games. Let's make a difference here. Why where to start learning instead of where to start doing? And the answer for this is that when you are trying to make something very complex, the first that you need to take in account is that you need to understand what you are doing, not just copying different things to make something. Has it sense? So one of the common questions when you are trying to start to learn game dev, this is what happens to me, is where the start? There's a bunch of sites out there that you can learn absolutely everything that you need without spending money or spending a lot of it. So take in account when you are trying to make games, there's a bunch of situations that you need to accomplish. For example, art, music, coding, marketing. There's a lot of things happening at the same time. So it can be very overwhelming when you are trying to start. Let's make a list of sources where you can start learning video games, how to make video games now. Okay, the first one is one that you already know, so we'll not stop here very longer. And this is going to school, college, university, and blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. Let's make a list of pros and cons about it. One of it is that you will learn absolutely everything that you need, with a bit of luck, because it depends on your teachers, of course, and the career, and blah blah blah. You already know how college works. But one of the big problems that we have here, or two problems, is that it can be very expensive, especially depending where you live. In Argentina, for example, it's a bit expensive. In Japan, it's very expensive, and there's a lot of competitions out there. So it can be very hard. Another good thing is it's specializing what you want, so they will learn you how to make games, obviously. Another good thing is that maybe with a career you will learn things that maybe by yourself, I believe that you can do it, but it will take a lot of time till you reach that moment where you really need it. And of course you will learn a lot of crap that you will never use, like every school in the world. But well, that's all. We don't want to stay here very longer because you already know how a school or a college works, right? If not, let it in the comments and subscribe and give a like. Okay, next. The next one is a very controversial thing sometimes because a lot of people believe that you don't need to spend money to learn how to make games. And it's true, you don't need to do it. If you go to Google and say, hey Google, I want to start making games, Google will give you a lot of answers and a lot of guides, tutorials, I don't know, that you can use to start making games. But well, let's deep into it. The another source where you can start learning are paid websites, for example Udemy or Skillshare. If you don't know them, these sites have a lot of content, guides, tutorial courses where you can, for a little subscription, you can learn absolutely everything that they have. In the case of Udemy, you buy the course and you have access to it whenever you want, so it's pretty cool. If you only made one tiny payment, you have it forever, and you can do it at your own time. It's very important. And with the Skillshare system, you only need to make a monthly payment where you can have access to absolutely everything that they have. So if you want to make a payment and instead of learning game dev you want to start learning English not because you are listening it in English, but you want to learn French and you want to take cooking classes or something like this, then with a monthly subscription you can do it, but it's monthly subscription. So they have their own pros and cons in this. The system of these pages is that the courses are made by people that know what they are doing. So if you are planning to make a game dev course, it's made by a game dev. Pretty awesome, right? Another good thing is that it's very focused, so you will not waste your time trying to make a lot of things where you are just focusing on making games. Learn by making games. Of course you need to make a little research of which one are the best ones so you can go for it, but you can just search for the best in the pointing system of this page, so you go for the best and that's all. I believe that Udemy and Skillshare are a pretty good option, especially because they are very cheap compared to something like a school. It's only one payment of, I don't know, $10 or something like this, depending on the day, because they have a big sales and all this kind of stuff. One of the best courses that I can give you, that's where I start, with Udemy. C# complete tutorial from GameDev.tv. I can't pronounce it. And the other ones are from BlackThornProd. They are a very good channel on YouTube. They are very special. Give them a shot. Okay, let's continue with the next point. And yeah, it will sound a bit confusing, especially because I'm in YouTube, but it's YouTube. The next source is YouTube. Okay, you already know this, like the college. It's better than college, I guess, sometimes. And it's the best source that you already have. Absolutely for everything, not just for game dev. We are in 2020, so if you just search absolutely everything that you want on YouTube, I believe that you will have an answer. Game dev is the same situation. If you want to start making games, you can find absolutely everything that you need. But I want to put a little warning here. Why a warning? Okay, let's dive into it. Sometimes I believe that YouTube is not for beginners. If you are starting from zero, I believe that it's not the best idea that you have. Or yeah, but you need to make a lot of research. Why? Okay, let's come back to the start of the video. As I said, when you are trying to learn something, the best that you can do is start learning step by step. You need to understand what you are doing, because if you are just copying absolutely everything that you see, maybe later you will not understand what you are properly doing. It sounds very stupid, but it's right. When you are trying to make games, there's a bunch of areas at the same time running, so maybe you cannot understand it very well, and if you can't understand it very well, you cannot put it in your future projects. So for example, if you are just searching on Google how to make a platformer game, let's say something, and you just copy what the YouTuber says to you and you put it in your own project, it will work. Yeah, of course it will. But did you understand what he did? And of course, after this, you have, for example, a character moving. Let's add something new. You search another tutorial and you copy the same content on your project. Okay, you are not creating a game, you are creating a chimera. If you don't understand what you are doing, it will be very messy, and maybe you want to polish it. It will be even harder if you just start learning step by step. So well, this is only a little warning when you are trying to learn absolutely everything from YouTube. Just try to focus on a step-by-step guide. Research very well before starting to make something that maybe you cannot accomplish. Or yeah, but not in the best way that you can. This is just my opinion, but well. But apart from this, YouTube is the best source that you have for learning absolutely everything in the world. You have a lot of channels out there, devlogs, tutorials, guides, experience. There's a bunch of contents out there, from indie games to AAA games. So you can find absolutely everything that you need to learn, absolutely everything that you need. This is a little promotion, they don't pay me yet, but the best channels that you have out there are Brackies, BlackThornProd, Jonas Tyler, GameDev.tv, Extra Credits, Game Maker Toolkit, and well, there's a bunch more. This is a little recommendation. And this channel, of course. Let's continue to the last source. YouTube is the best, really. YouTube is absolutely everything that you need. Okay, the next one is the last one, at least for this video, and it's the documentation. What's the documentation, are you asking now? Okay, the documentation are files, of course, from every engine that explain absolutely everything, from the language, from the parameters or functions or something like this. If you go to Google and search, for example, Unity documentation, Unreal documentation, Godot documentation, whatever, you will find a lot of content. This is not a source where you can just start to learn how to make games. This is a bit more specific. If you are just starting, it can sound like Chinese, because it goes a bit deeper. But when you know a bit about it, yeah, it's a very good source. Especially if you need to use a certain code and you don't understand how to use it, you just need to go to this documentation and find the function, and everything is there. That's all. This is documentation. Okay, and now the conclusion. This is all for this video. This is a tiny list that I can give you to just go for it and start learning how to make games. But if you go to Google and search how to make games, you will find infinite answers, like I said at the start of the video. You don't need to spend money to start making games. You don't need to go to college, you don't need a degree, you don't need university. That's true, of course, they are all tools, and it can make the experience better or stronger. I don't know how to say it. There are options out there. You can just start making games now by yourself. This is the last conclusion that I can give you, a few tips to start making it. Focus on step-by-step learning. Don't go from here to there to here to blah 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 just to make a game. Don't copy, try to understand what you are doing, because in the future you can use all this knowledge for you again. And another one is start small. Try to make tiny games. Don't go for the indie Breath of the Wild made in 1 hour without code. You need to start small. Accomplish goals, finish things, and you will learn a lot. And now really the last one, find the best way for you, or at least try different things if you are not very sure with something. If you want a free tutorial, do a free tutorial. If you want to try Udemy or Skillshare, go for it. If you go to college, go for it. Just do it. Try it. This is the best that you can do. Doing it. Of course it will be very hard in your way when you are trying to do better things, because you need to learn new things almost every time, I won't lie you, but believe me, it's very funny, you can do it, it's very easy just to sit yourself in front of the computer and start learning. That's all that you need to do, and that's all. This is all that I can give you to start making your games from zero, how to start learning to make games. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, give a like, share, ring the bell, comment, give me your money, give me your games, and whatever that you want to do. Thank you for staying here, hope you enjoy it, tell me what you think about it in the comments. This, of course, is a tutorial for very beginners, so if you are just planning to start to make games, or you are just doing it now, you are giving your first steps. Hope you enjoy it. See you in the next video, guys. Thank you for everything, blah blah blah. Bye.